I called AMCO because
Oh,
and they're like, oh yeah, we'll put it in $5,500. I was like, screw that, the car's not worth that much.
oh yeah, we have an Amco in Palm Springs. They're insane.
Yeah. I called many places and I finally said, well, I might as well call Chevrolet. They put it in. Once they found out I worked for the county, it went from $4,500 to $3,500 with a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty.
Well, they figure if they can charge you 3 transmissions up front, you pay for the warranties.
Yeah.
All the ones you're gonna get replaced.
Well, yeah, the warranty's a crapshoot. You're betting it's going to break down and cost you large. They're betting it's not. That's what it is, right? So if I buy the warranty, it goes into a certain account for warranty, and I don't use it, well, that's profit for them. But if I buy the warranty and I chunk a tranny, and I got to get a new one, well, then they don't lose any money. It's an insurance policy. Depending on what you buy it from getting. I'm not going to buy the extended warranty on my toaster when it costs as much as my toaster. My wife does. She buys warranty on everything. It's irritating. I got in trouble. I got her one of those KitchenAid big mixer things, like commercial quality. 500 watt one or whatever. She said, I'm going to get the extended warranty. I said, why? You don't use it that much. I know, Fanny. That probably was something I should have said. Well, she's stuck with me for 10 years and I'm not dead yet. But I'm a little worried. My Christmas present for my wife was my Glock.
Your what?
Now, a 9mm pistol.
Oh.
My bullet.
Oh.
Well, she keeps wanting to go to the range. I'm wondering, am I getting set up here? She goes, how's your life insurance at work? What life insurance? I'm supposed to have some? I think I'm being so if I don't show up one day. It's the wife. See
You'll
the
need
news,
something.
man mysteriously found dead in his bed
No, it's you.
with a variety of different caliber bullet wounds. Means she found the key to the gun vault and she used them.
It's your fault.
Probably is. I'll do something really ignorant.
You made
Get-
her do it.
And I made her do it. And I hope she gets off too. I hope she walks. That'd be just awesome. Poke my ass and gets off because your husband's a freaking idiot. Well, she watches TV on the LMN channel. I call it the Loser Man Network. Why? Because every show on that channel, some man did some woman wrong. The Loser Man Network. All right, so the retarder capacity. See, I can't even say that with a straight face. The capacity to be retarded, in this case, is determined by a giant spring that controls the flow valve in the housing. The harder I got to push the spring to move the flow valve, the more retardation I get. Now, some properties have the retarder set. You might be one of them, I'm not sure. That when you let off the throttle, you get 100% retarder and it feels like you're on the brake. I know Long Beach used to be.
It's only on our low floors.
Right. Yeah, because your electrics, that's a
They've
different
got
story.
like more. On the Excelsiors, the retarders are really smooth.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But our low floors, when you're slowing down, you let go, it just.
Yep.
Like you slam on the brakes.
Well, when you get used to that
Bad
pedal,
driver.
because that's how it was in Long Beach, when you get used to that pedal, there's a certain position on that pedal that's a coast mode. You can coast the bus without throttling up or bringing in the retarder. And then you ease off the pedal. If you ease off of it, it's a little smoother. It doesn't check the tension or the seatbelt all the time. Yeah, it works. I think I almost dislocated my shoulder, man. Now, you can control the setting. Do you want a relatively low amount of retardation, a relatively medium amount of retardation, or a relatively high amount of retardation? It's all up to the customer because they control it with a spring setting of the valve. One of that rides in here, there's a spring on the end of it. I got a little video that will explain how this works. Okay? If I put a relatively stiff spring in here, I get high retarding capacity. If I put a relatively weak spring in here, I get a low retarding capacity. Now, one has to wonder, well, why would you have low retardation? It's all dependent on how much heat can you reject, can you dissipate. If you can't dissipate a lot of heat, then you don't want high retardation because you'll end up with something like you know, like this.
Oh, yeah.
Can't get the heat off of it, it's gotta go somewhere, so it's gonna go into the components, right? So we have, does everybody understand the principal operation of the retarder, how it does what it does? Anybody not understand how it works? It's very simple. Says the guy that's been teaching it for 16 years, right?
Yeah, you dumbass, if you're the teacher, it should be.
Oh wait, not dumbass, it's the French guy, Dumas, right? Dumas. We'll go back to physics. It's changing mechanical energy into heat energy. This time the medium is the fluid, right? If I make it hard to spin this rotor that's splined to the output shaft,
So it's like a fuel adapter.
you know, I'd give that one to you, sure, absolutely. The other technical name is a hydraulic brake. 8:32, let's take about 15, come on back about 8:45. Give you guys a chance to recover. You, don't go outside.
You can't.
I wouldn't even go to the break room because those guys, hey, how much you worth?
We have to call.
You're lucky they didn't get a picture of the guy wearing a sweater like that or you're screwed.
My luck.
Well, I'm just waiting for the reward money to get where it's, you know, gonna help me out. You gotta figure,
Is this gonna
reward.
be your running gag all day?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Well, I gotta call my tax guy because I gotta understand is reward money taxable? Because if it is, it's gotta be a bit higher than what, you know.